we go. I'm Myckena Guerrero with the Solano College Sports Network, and this is another episode of On Campus. Today I'm joined with Maria Isip-Bautista. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So please tell us your story and kind of how you ended up here at Solano.
So I started first teaching here at Solano Community College back in 2012, and it was the second college that I taught at in my community college teaching experience. And kind of all started back when I was an undergrad, and I initially started out as a pre-med student.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so pretty different, and I actually did that for quite a while. I was an econ major. I did my pre-med coursework, took OChem, did all of that stuff, and then ended up working in a community clinic in Oak Park in Sacramento. And it was there that I realized I really was much more interested and passionate to find out why people didn't have access to healthcare than I was interested in running urinalyses and other tests in the back of the lab. And so at that point, I also happened to discover ethnic studies, and ethnic studies really kind of revolutionized my worldview and helped me to understand a lot of the issues and the questions that I had about the way that the world worked around me. And I found so much power in that new, varied, and complex understanding of what I was learning that I changed majors. I was in the beginning of my fourth year at the university and stayed on a fifth year to complete this major. Went on to then work as a staff member at a women's center.
Okay.
Also was a student affairs officer at an assistant director actually at a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, a queer resource center. And then went on to grad school and did community development, which was an applied social science where we also looked at communities and how communities function and how we work to help improve communities and make them better equipped to help and support everybody in society. And so in that process, I really discovered that I really was excited and passionate about the things that I was learning, and I wanted to teach those things because they had really changed my understanding about how I could exist in anxiety and how I could help to engage and make society better. And so it was really with that desire that I came to teaching, and that brought me here to community college in Solano. And I have stayed, and I've had to come and go because I've had children, but I have really we have the best students here, and that's what keeps bringing me back because it's just an amazing student population we have who really have a lot of intelligence and creativity and passion for the things that they do, and so that's why I'm here.
Would you say Solano kind of has that family aspect for you?
Yeah, definitely. And with the students, as I see them kind of learn and grow, I'm just excited to see the impact that they're going to have on the world as they move on from this place, and because I have no doubt that they'll definitely play a huge role in leading our communities as we go forward.
So now you teach sociology here.
Yes.
What do you kind of expect from your students when they walk into your classroom?
You know, one thing that I always expect is I always expect that I'm going to learn something from my students. Every single term, I definitely learn new things, and I think that's one of the things I really love about teaching is that my learning never has to end. I do expect that they meet me and they come to the class from where they're at, and so everybody has different life situations going on.
Yes.
I'm a parent. Many of our students are also parents, and I get that, and many of our students are juggling so many different things, work and school and sports and all of these things that I admire what they're doing, and so I really hope that they can, I can establish a relationship with my students where they see me as a partner and somebody who wants to help them succeed in their education. And so I expect them to communicate with me and to help me help them, and to push me and ask me questions and really let me know what they need to get out of our time together so that it can really help them to launch into the world and do what they want to do.
Do you kind of expect your students to be open-minded kind of in the classroom?
I think I wouldn't say I expect them to be open-minded. I would hope that they keep an open mind, and I encourage that. What I do expect in terms of our interactions in the classroom, though, is I do expect that they kind of treat everyone with respect, and that they kind of bring their best intentions and their best diplomacy forward. I mean, sociology and ethnic studies and gender and sexuality studies, these things are included in the social justice program, which we'll talk about later. These are classes where we get to talk about all the things you're not supposed to talk about in polite company, like sexuality and religion and politics. And so, as you can imagine, those are weighty concepts and weighty things to talk about. Yes. And if we're in a truly diverse community, as we are, people will come with different ideas, and we'll have to each put those ideas forward and each have the opportunity to learn something. And so that's what I really hope for.
And looking back, kind of like when you were in school, do you have like a favorite teacher that you kind of see yourself implementing their teaching styles?
I have many favorite teachers because I was always a teacher's pet. And I still keep in touch with a lot of my teachers because I'm a true teacher's pet. And so I think I took a lot. I think because I was such a passionate learner, I definitely borrowed and took and understood a lot from the various teachers I had, and not even just teachers in the classroom, the teachers that I had in different parts of my life. And some of those teachers and some of those people, I learned how I did not want to teach and what I did not think was effective, which was just as valuable.
Now, you kind of talked a little bit about the social justice program. Can you kind of explain that to us?
Yeah, so the social justice studies program is a brand new degree program possibility, even in the whole state of California and the community college system. And so it was passed a number of years ago, not too long ago, but with the intention that it would create a degree pathway for students who wanted to transfer specifically into the CSU system. So it's an ADT program, which is an associate's degree for transfer. The core of the social justice studies program is just, the degree itself is just 18 units. And then once you complete 18 and 19 units, depending on which courses you take. And then after you do that, you pick a general education pattern to bring you up to 60 units. Once you do that, it gives you guarantees on some level to guaranteed admission to a CSU, not the one of your choice necessarily, but to a CSU, and the program is designed to kind of map to a number of different bachelor's degree programs in the CSU system, including African American Studies, Raza Studies, Asian American Studies, Women and Gender Studies, Sexuality Studies, Peace and Conflict Studies. They're a huge array.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so it's really, it was an area of emphasis that was intended to give students this basis of education that would prepare them to go into any of these different degree programs at the CSU. And truly, people always ask the question, like, well, what can you do with that type of a degree? And I would say that educationally, I kind of have a similar degree background, and I think that it's great preparation. Since it's an interdisciplinary program, you're able to take courses within social and behavioral sciences as well as liberal arts. There's English classes, history courses, political science course, a multicultural film course, art course, there's literature courses. There's so many different options, and it kind of helps fill your toolbox with all of these different frameworks for ways to analyze and understand the world.
So you're kind of well-rounded.
Yeah, absolutely, and it gives you that great basis and introduction to all these different disciplines potentially, so that once you transfer, if you decided to go into a professional degree program, like you wanted to be a doctor or if you wanted to be a lawyer, this is great preparation for that. Basically any career or degree that you can think of where you're going to be looking at society, interacting with people in society, having to solve problems that exist in society or amongst people, which many careers do that. It's great preparation for all of those.
Could you kind of give us a little map or a layout of just certain classes that maybe you could take just to get to a certain career?
Yeah, well, so looking from the social justice studies program, there's 3 core courses in it. There's an introduction to social justice studies course, and then an introduction to race and ethnicity course. The 3rd core course is a psych of gender course. And then after that, you have the ability to pick the courses that are included as options in the program. And so if you did an intercultural communications course, if you did a multicultural psychology class, if you did an African American history course, you could do all of those courses, and those courses cultural anthropology class, those would give you major preparation once you transferred, that a lot of your coursework, hopefully the preparatory work, would already be taken care of, and so you could easily move on to get that bachelor's degree. And say even at that point, once you got to the CSU and you changed your mind and say you didn't want to go into ethnic studies proper, you would still have that social justice associate's degree, and you could say do a counseling program or something like that. And that understanding of the diversity in our society would really help you to be a more effective therapist or clinician for people that you saw in your practice, or if you were a counselor at a school, you have a sense of the different histories of the communities that you're serving, a real sense of service, understand some of the different political, social, economic challenges that face the various communities that you work with, and really help you serve those communities better.
So any student could ultimately be a part of this program?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we hope many do.
Is there any preliminary courses they have to take or anything like that?
No, so it's a major that you can kind of declare, and then they just have these basic requirements to the degree program. You have to fulfill all of the general education courses and the graduation requirements of the college. But in addition to all of that, once you do that, you have this really nice...
You're already ahead of the game.
Yeah, I feel like there's this, there's been a lot of buzz in the news lately, and a lot of news outlets are talking about the types of work that are going to be available to people in the future and the types of jobs that are going to no longer be available. And when they looked at the different job skills, in my other life professionally, I've done a lot of HR and a lot of hiring.
Okay.
And I see this in and out all the time in the workplace, that people struggle in the workplace when they don't know how to work with a diversity of people, when they don't have good analytical skills. When these different studies look at the future of work, they're looking at the skills that are needed to be employable and be marketable in the future, and those things at the top of that list always, creative problem solving, is strategic thinking and critical thinking, and these are things that are top of mind, and the discipline are really much of the pedagogical focus that we're looking at, because society and people are complex. And so it helps you to understand nuance, to see things from different perspectives, and to think critically and creatively about the different resources that are available to us to solve a problem, and how to employ those different resources to actually make change happen.
And now this program will be available to take in the fall?
Yes, so we've already approved it here at the local level, and as long as all of the state
exciting.
approvals move forward as planned, starting in the fall of 2018, we'll introduce our first Intro to Social Justice Studies course, and then the program will be available via the general catalog to students at that point.
Now, Maria, what is your ultimate goal for the program?
For the program, I think I really want to help equip students at Solano Community College to, one, achieve their own personal goals, but by doing that also help to have a ripple in society that creates positive change. And so I think one of the things you can really learn in social justice studies is that the degree to which we can, kind of understand ourselves and be true to ourselves and put our best foot forward, if we can do that in the service of people, it benefits us. The psychological benefits of that to people are huge, and then societal benefits of that are great. And so if we can all figure out ways to do well for ourselves while also doing well for our communities, I think that we'll all be better for it. And so that's my ultimate goal for the program.
So what advice do you give to a student that wants to come to Solano Community College, or better yet, why they should come here?
So I think here at Solano Community College, there are people who really care, and faculty members who really care about our local community, really care about their individual students. When I'm in faculty meetings with other staff and faculty, hearing the way that they advocate for the students and the students' needs is really, it brings a lot of heart to the work, and it makes this place a place where I think people can really grow and flourish. And so I think that people can hopefully come here and find strong community, and then take a piece of that community with them into the larger world and help to kind of pay it forward.
Well, thank you so much, Maria, for joining me here today. I'm really excited to see what's to come for the Social Justice Studies program.
Me too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Thank you. This has been another episode of On Campus. I'm Myckena Guerrero, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Celia Esposito Noy. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.